everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to be using the big shaker flower from the stamp market. And so we're going to create a little cute shaker card in a little different way than I had in the past. So we are also going to be using, let me actually move that over, and we're going to be also using Concord and Ninth's cardstock. And let me just look at my notes here. So we got juniper, we got tide pole, let's see here, buttercup, ballet slipper, and honeysuckle. So this is the color scheme of our card that we are going to use to make this shaker. So I'm going to be using this small little flower. This is going to be what is going to be in our shaker. So let me go ahead and get a lot of them cut out and then we'll come back and we'll die cut some more. This came at such a good time. This came in the mail today. So excited to use this because we're going to use this as a background. So this is a double striped card front die, and then you have the option to do landscape or portrait, which is why it kind of looks weird. So this is from Concord and Ninth. Bring this in, and my mat's kind of getting, you can tell it's getting warped. I'm going to flip it over now. I think it's time to use the other side. Okay, look at this lined up. In fact, where's my tape? I will tape this down. Well, let me tape it on this side. This is just mint tape. It doesn't really, it's not that sticky, so that way it just doesn't move. And then I will, I guess, make sure that is lined up. Well, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to move this over, and then I'm gonna tape this down as well so it doesn't move. I know this is magnetic, but this cutting plate is, the magnets are just really kind of hinders the cut, and I'll show you why here in a moment. Let me get this cut first. So before we even take a look at it, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's these, like, where the magnets are, like there's circles, and so like if the die doesn't hit, especially if you're using a smaller die, I don't know if you guys can see, yeah, there you go. If the magnets doesn't hit it right on there, it shifts it, and then it just becomes more of a hindrance than anything. So yeah, I like it for larger things, but for smalls, for small designs, it's just not worth it. Okay, so let me get this kind of wedged off. There we go. Perfect. And there is our piece. It's so pretty. Love it. Okay. Just score this. I'm also going to trim down my panel. So this is A2 card size, so it's going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I scored it at the half-inch mark. And then let's trim down the panel. I'll trim it down. We'll do 4. It's not that large. Maybe I'll trim it down to 3 1/4. And then I'm just going to try my best to get this centered. Beautiful. So we're done with the panel for right now, so we can move that to the side. I will tell you that I had a hard time cutting my acetate correctly. It would not cut, and I tried adding a shim, and it just made more of an impression than anything. So I was a little frustrated with that. So I ended up having to fussy cut it a little bit. I'm hoping I did a decent job. You know, I was thinking, how am I going to make this a shaker card? I'm going to have to build up this because it's not going to shake if I lay it completely flat. And there's no way I'm going to add foam tape around this. So I'm going to have to build this up. Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to do this off camera. I'm probably going to have to cut out 5 of them to make it anything significant. So let me do that off camera real quick, and then we will, yeah, we'll get to assembling. I went ahead off camera and cut out all of the outline of the flower and also glued them. So I think I did, well, actually here I can count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I did 6 layers. And this is about to be 7 and 8. So I also cut the acetate, and I just got to figure out. So, oh, actually, before we even do that, oh my gosh, I almost just messed this up. I almost just put this on here and then called it a day. My goodness, that would have been awful because the whole point is my shakers. So bringing that over. Whew. Okay, so I also am going to add some sequences, and just to give a little, I'm going to glue some down, and also just to give a little bit of a pop. I don't need a lot. In fact, this would be really pretty as is, right? But that way they're not all towards the bottom, and I'm not going to overthink, you know, where it goes, right? You know what, I don't think that's going to work, is it? Gotta go the other way. I shouldn't say sequences. I got corrected on one of my videos. I was organizing and labeling, and I kept on saying sequences, and apparently there's called sequins. I had no idea. I felt like an idiot. I mean, I appreciate the person, whether it was good intentions or not, telling me that I was saying it incorrectly. I think she's like, why do you keep on saying that? That's not how you say it. So I don't know. I'm not a sewer, a seamstress, I should say, actually. I don't really use sequins that often, other than making a shaker card, and I really don't make a lot of shaker cards. So I don't know why I was thinking of sequences, because that is the order of something. I don't know. That was my bad. And then I'll add another one here. So sequence, lesson learned. In fact, I took that label off and I'm going to have to redo it. I'm kind of in the middle of making a video for my Craft With Me videos. I need to organize, and I kind of started it at the beginning of January, and it's just kind of been a collection of just random crafts and organization, kind of watching me organize certain things on my craft table. But it's a long video. It's not a long video, but just it's been over a period of a few weeks because I can't get it all done at once. Okay, so that's my story of that. I'm working on it, hopefully more on it this weekend. Alright, so then the rest are kind of just going to be loose in there. So I think I'll just need to add a little bit more. And I'm pretty certain that I added way more, or cut out way more than I need of those flowers. But hey, you don't know until, you know, until you cut everything out. And then, so throw those in there. Kind of wish the flower was a little bit bigger, but it's still cute. I'm going to overdo it. I think I'm going to add a little bit more sequins to the top. Okay. Then I'm going to use my precision glue tip here to, let's kind of, oh shoot. Drop my block on that. let that dry. So while that's drying, we don't need these. You know, this would be a cool little, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, some random pieces you can cut in half, and then you can kind of make a card out of it, out of different colors. Oh, what is that called? It's totally escaping me. So you can totally keep these pieces. It's pretty interesting. I don't know. I might keep them, I might not. And then we also have this and my sentiment, which is high. And then we have these leaves that we gotta do. All right, so I think that should be good. And then I am going to make sure I have it going in the right orientation. That placed on like so. Lift that up a little bit just to make sure that it's right on there where it needs to go. And then I think this goes like so. Yep, it does. Okay. Loving it. So pretty. All right, I think our shaker should be done, and then it's just gonna go on like so. Let's see here. How do I want this to, I gotta think about this, like how I want this to go, like something like that. That'd be really great. Oh, you know what? We almost forgot our sentiment. Okay, look at it. I love it. Does it have a lot of room to shake? Oh gosh, kind of stuck there. There we go. And I'm kind of glad that I glued some of those sequins, excuse me, down. Yeah, I definitely, if I'm going to do this again, I would probably do 4 more, probably. 4 more. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I gotta figure out which way. I think I'll have this as my orientation. And I'm gonna bring in the word hi. How's that look? Now it's kind of hard because I have that yellow, same yellow in the, you know, right where the word, the letter H is. So it's kind of hard to see, but I'm gonna try to move that yellow a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna put a block on that. Let that dry for a second. And then lastly, the little dot, the tittle. Okay, let me just put that on there real quick. Okie dokie, so let's put this on here. So that green is so pretty with that white. And then that's gonna go right there. And then that's just gonna sit right there. And then we really don't need anything else. Bring this down a little bit. Other than that. Now this is not a card that you're gonna wanna mail because this is super thick. So just plan on handing it to somebody. That's what I would do. And then this is just gonna go on there like so. So we'll turn it around. I'm going to put a lot of glue on here. I mean, not overwhelm me. Not a whole lot of glue, but a lot. I know that probably doesn't make sense, but just because this is so heavy and so thick, I want to make sure that we put enough on there for it to stay. Okay, and then here we go. Put that block on there. Hold that down, and we're almost done. Turn that around. You know the drill. Put this on here. Ooh. And she's done. Oh my gosh. This was a labor of love, and the only thing that was like a labor, okay, doesn't shake really well. I think it gets kind of stuck. Gotta show it who's boss. But anyways, so let me know what you think. I think this turned out super adorable, and I absolutely love it. All right, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.